Hello and welcome to day 2 of the LAA Rally here at Sywell. A little bit chillier today, but the sun's breaking through. The crowds are looking very good indeed. Let's take a look around and see what's here. We're here now with an old friend of Flyer, Andre Fondrick, who's in charge of all airside access at the show. Andre, how's it going?
It's going very well, yes. I'm fully responsible for the airside access here at the LAA Rally and have been for the last 5 years. I work for Sywell Aerodrome when we're actually doing this, because this enables everybody to go airside, look at some nice looking aircraft, talk to the pilots, get up close, and it enables the enthusiasts and the photographers to sit down by the side of the taxiway, see the aircraft, take photographs to their heart's content.
Which is absolutely one of the great attractions of this wonderful rally.
Exactly, and exactly, the weather's absolutely perfect for this now.
And are people behaving themselves?
They are in general, yes. We get 1 or 2 people who are sort of a bit, oh, why are you doing this? Why do we need to read the safety leaflet? Why do we have to have it on ourselves? But really, the whole purpose in having the safety leaflet is for people's awareness of the risks and the issues airside that could happen if they're not careful, and just to be aware of everyone else as well and their safety, to make sure that they enjoy themselves.
Excellent. Now, Andre, one of your other hats, many hats that you wear, of course, is with the Yes part of the LAA. What's the latest happenings with Yes?
Oh, well, we're very busy. We've just bought the fuselage for our Sherwood Ranger, fuselage and tail. That actually goes into the school in September in Goole High School. So that's our 4th build-a-plane project. We've just received a grant from the Royal Aeronautical Society, which enabled us to finish off our Build-A-Plane 3, which is a CH-701 down in Devon. Excellent. And we're just about to launch with the BMAA Build-A-Plane 5, which is going to be a Sky Ranger, which we will build with a school in Solihull. We'll launch that at the flying show in December. It'll be a year-long build with slightly different approach from the Royal Aeronautical Society and Boeing builds, where we won't fly the youngsters in the aircraft itself, but we'll get the aircraft to have a permit to fly after about a year's build, sell the aircraft as is, but we'll fly the youngsters in other aircraft.
And we're here with Alex Allen from Polyfiber Coverings, who are based at Henstead, I believe.
Yep.
You're here today as part of the excellent LAA workshop. Can you tell us what you're doing, please?
What we're doing here is the whole process of fabric covering aircraft wings. Basically, we've got an example over there of what they're doing. Is right from the start, you end up tacking on the fabric,
right, and
you end up heat shrinking it with an iron to make it nice and strong. And the process that I've got here is securing that fabric even further with rib lacing. So each individual rib gets laced on using this cord here. So I can show you the process.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is a starter knot first. What I'm going to have to do is secure the cord in place so that it doesn't end up coming out. What I'll do here is put the string all the way through to the other side. We want to end up looping it back up around the rib itself, except for when you lose your string. That's not so good. And then thread that back through quick. There we are. Okay. As I was saying, loop that back up through around the rib itself. What we do is we produce a reef knot, which you use in other forms of sewing, I believe, but this is the only kind of sewing I end up doing in my life.
And how long is this going to take for a single wing?
For a single wing, you could do a whole wing in a day. Once you've mastered the technique, it goes pretty swiftly, actually.
So you could do a whole wing in a day?
I could do a whole wing in a day.
Or somebody new to it?
I learnt this last year in a couple of hours, and I relearnt it yesterday morning. So once it's there, you've got the basics, it sort of sticks in your mind. We have got a manual provided with the company, actually, and there's also a video on YouTube, I believe, to show you the process. So there's plenty of ways you can end up gaining the knowledge of how to do it. But obviously, practicing is the best way.
We're here now with Dave Stanbridge, the MD of Swift Aircraft, and in front of a full-size mock-up of the Swift aircraft itself. Dave, can you tell me a little bit about this development, please?
Yeah, well, we started development in 2007, and basically it's been a bit of a long slog to get to where we are, but essentially with the aeroplane, I mean, we just wanted to bring it here. We wanted to have an aircraft that fulfilled 3 markets, LSA, kit, as well as a certified aircraft, so it's actually taken quite a time to actually develop that. We also wanted a full range of engines from 100 horsepower up to 260 horsepower without actually physically changing the airframe. So, you know, to try and get that into one design has taken quite some time, but fundamentally,
so
this is where we are.
The shape, dimensions, the lot will be uniform across the range?
The only difference will be for the 260 horsepower, the nose will be slightly longer.
Okay,
But in terms of, 200 horsepower and below that, it will be this.
And when will we see it flying?
Next year.
That's pretty confident.
Have to be, don't you?
Yesterday we took the chance to talk to the CAA's Mike Barnard about the announcement of plans to deregulate single-seat microlights. While we were chatting to Mike, we also brought up the subject of IFR flights for permit aircraft, something that's certainly been gaining something of a groundswell of opinion amongst pilots.
Well, that's an interesting question, Ian, and obviously I know why you're asking it. In my LAA job, I was fairly instrumental in moving this project along. From a CAA perspective, I think it would be not unfair to say that the project's making good progress. We've a little more work to do yet with the LAA to make sure that we have a fit-for-purpose airworthiness standard against which we can judge the aircraft. But so long as the aircraft platform is competent, as long as the pilot is rated and the aircraft suitably equipped, we can see no principal reason why we shouldn't allow this. So we don't want to pull a date out of the hat, but I think what we can say is that in the not too distant future we should be able to see some movement, some prototyping of the process, and a few aircraft launched into cloud with a view to making it something that's more accessible later. As we know, the Vulcan was approved for a day IFR the other week, so no reason why some of the LA permit fleet can't be as well.
Well, that's it for another day at the LAA Rally. If you get the chance, do come along tomorrow. We'll see you then. Hooray!